Welcome to So Very Easy. My name is Laura, and I love my cell phone. I use my cell phone to listen to music. I use it to get recipes off of it. I use it a lot in the house. And a lot of times I need it upright so I can see what I'm looking at. And I also need to know where I've put it. So I have these little pillows that I have made in pretty much every room of the house, and that is where my cell phone goes when it is sitting in that room. Let me show you how quick and easy it is to make these little pillows. The first thing you're going to need, well, is a piece of fabric. It's 5 inches by 16 inches. And another second little piece of fabric, and this is going to be a little bag inside, and it is 4 inches by 6 inches. The next thing you're going to need is some polyfill. The other thing I like to use are these poly pellets from Fairfield. What's really nice about them is they will not go bad like a food item, and they're also washable. So if the pillow gets wet or you need to wash it, you can, unlike food. And well, they have some weight to them, so it prevents the pillow from shifting. Also, animals have a tendency to like food, and well, they're not going to like this. And it'll make it a lot easier if you have a funnel and a little scoop so you can scoop up the pellets. So you're going to take your fabric 5 inches by 16 inches and fold it in half. The first seam you're going to do is 1/4 inch and go from the folded edge all the way up, back stitching. Now for this side, it's a little different. You're going to start up 2 inches, then from 2 inches go up and secure your stitches there. So you have no stitching at all in this edge. Now turn the bag right side out. After I've turned it right side, I have given it a press, but I press in the seam allowance here where that 2 inches, and it's just going to be easier to stitch afterwards. The next thing would be from the folded edge up 2 inches, draw a line, and then at the 2.5 inch mark, draw another line. So you have the 2 inches and a 1/2 inch, and stitch that 2 inch mark. That's going to be the base where the phone is going to sit. Now you need to fill up this little pocket, which is this part right here. And where you have the opening, you need to fill it. And that's why the funnel will come in handy. Fill it up as much as I can, and then I'll stitch it closed. So the phone rest is done, and the phone is going to go in this piece here. The next thing is I'm going to make is a little weighted pillow, and that's where I'm going to use the pellets. And it is going to sit in the bottom of the pillow just to give it some weight. So this is 4 inches by 6 inches. And since it's just being stuck inside, you do not have to worry about having the raw edges showing. Fold your 4 by 6 in half and sew 2 sides. And now fill this with the little pellets. You need to leave an inch space here when you stuff it, because the next thing you're going to do is you're going to close the seam. But instead of closing it this way, you're going to have this end in this end touch. So it's going to give you this shape. And you're able to push the pellets to the bottom of the bag and pin right tight to where the pellets are. And that's going to give you an inch space here. So your foot for your sewing machine is going to be able to stitch this closed. And by pinning the pellets out of the way, you will not run over any with your sewing machine needle. We want the pillow to stay in the triangular shape, just like this is. So we're going to take this pillow and stick it in that same shape. So now this is going to have some weight. The next would be just to fill up the rest of the space with the polyfill. And you don't need a lot. You just need it to hold that shape. Now you can see that the back wants to come to a point. So this is the side. The sides are going to come together. And fold in a seam allowance, sew it closed. And your phone now has a pillow. These are so quick and easy, and you can make them in any fabric so they can match any room of the house, or you can make them just for fun. And now you will always have your phone upright, and you'll know where your phone is. Thank you for joining me today on So Very Easy. Feel free to subscribe, and as always, come on back. Let's see what we're sewing next time in the sewing room. Bye for now.